Okay, now what we're going to talk about is social media, Facebook, Twitter, blah, blah, blah. I say that with kind of an attitude because I repeat, do not get yourself overwhelmed and spend your entire day or your entire week or your entire month on social media posting your stuff. And I say that because, oh my God, social media is going nuts. There's so many forms of it, you can't even keep track of all of it. And you can completely get lost in this whole thing. So my advice is do not get too tied up in trying to put your content in too many places. I've already told you kind of my big ones. YouTube, I feel good about, I like to use. The podcast I like. I use Facebook, and I was looking for it here a few minutes ago before I turn the camera on, trying to show you where it shows how much money I've spent on Facebook ads. And in 5 years of being in business, I've spent over $10,000 on Facebook ads. Yes, I just said that. So, I'm telling you, from someone who has spent way too much time when I should have been building new content and putting out fresh videos and fresh content, I was messing around posting to social media. So, with that being said, yes, it's still a valuable tool, and yes, you still need to do it. So let's take a look at Facebook here, and I'll give you an idea of what I've done. Here's my business page. I've got a big 7,352 likes. Okay, yeah, likes are cool. Everybody wants likes, but what do likes really do for you? I will tell you that Facebook has helped with my business. I've spent way too much time on it, but I will have people say, oh, I've been watching all the success and people that's had success with your ground school. Thought I should check it out, and maybe they'll email me, send me a question. It is a tool. Yes, you should probably be on it. At this point, I've limited how much time I'm on Facebook and how much I post on it. Experts will say, oh, you should be posting to Facebook 5 times a day. I have better things to do than to be setting up 5 posts per day on Facebook. Not going to do it. So let's take an example. Let's jump to the Podomatic, and I'm going to show you what I would do with, say, Podomatic. I have the 13 videos I talked about where I did a video on each chapter from my book. I have uploaded all 13 of those all 13 of those videos themselves. I've uploaded to Facebook with a link to my book. Okay, and I did that a couple weeks ago. So now, probably what I should do, I've already put the videos up. Now would be a good time to put up the podcast. So we're going to actually do it. I'm going to show you how I do it, and this will give you an idea of how I use Facebook now. So I'm going to bring up Podomatic in the other window. Okay, I showed you before in Podomatic how you get to manage your videos, or manage your podcasts, I should say. You can post a podcast directly to Facebook if you want, right from the podcast. I don't do that. I like to take the link, take it to Facebook, put the link in Facebook so I can control how it's going to look and what I'm going to add to the post. You can do it either way. So I'm going to go to chapter 1. I'm going to grab the link. Link is right here at the top of the page. Copy it, and I'll have to watch it. This podcast is going to start playing in a minute and annoy us, so I'm going to turn the volume down so we don't hear it. Now I'm going to go back to Facebook. I'm going to put the link in there. Give it just a minute or two to think, or not a minute or two. Give it a 10, 15, 20 seconds, and usually it's going to pop up and show you what picture is going to be available for this post. And this is apparently going to make a liar out of me and not do it like I just told you I was going to do it. Okay, so there it comes up. There's the picture that is posted on the blog. Okay, looks good. I like that. I leave that picture. Now what I'm going to do is schedule these 13 over the next, say, 13 days. Again, I said I'm not going to post to Facebook 5 times a day. Sorry, but that's just too much. We can already see what's written in here. Click to learn more, my Amazon link. I'm pretty sure it was Christmas back in the early 70s, blah, blah, blah. So that we're going to see. So what I do is go back and take a sentence or two, something that I think is interesting out of the description from that podcast. So let's go back there now. Click back to the podcast. Just go down and look. And I'm going to go in here and find something I think sounds interesting. Like the EMS job was cool over the 5-year period, but I just really got bored with it. I just didn't really like going out and flying point A to point D and then B and then back again, never being able to do much with training. Pick something that I think is interesting. I'm probably not actually going to leave this post up because I'm not ready to sit here now and post the next 13 of them because I got other things to do, but this is how I would do it. And this is how I put my content out there. I put like one a day. So for this example, that's what I would do. I put it in quotation marks. And now I'm going to show you how to schedule these so that if you did want to sit down and schedule 13 of your podcast, instead of getting on Facebook every single day or 3 times a day or 5 times a day or whatever, however long you want to post them, you can just schedule them. So if you just go down here, just click on this arrow, click schedule. Today is the 13th, so I'll put in the 14th. And people get off work at, let's say, 5 p.m., start looking into social media. That sounds like a good time. There's studies out there on what time people are on and off Facebook. And quite honestly, I've spent so much time on this and heard so many things that anymore, you know what? I'm going to post once a day. I'm picking 5:54 p.m. and I'll probably use that same time for the next 13 or the next 12 videos. I'm going to put them out at the same time every day because it is kind of cool when if you're putting out content that people like, they know it's in a series, they kind of get ready for it and wait for it to come out the next day. And you'll notice over time as they come out, you get more and more people following and liking and commenting. And that's a good thing. It doesn't have to be every day. You could do this every 2 days, every 3 days, or 5 times a day, whatever trips your trigger. But so put the date and time in there you want, click schedule, boom. One scheduled post, scheduled for tomorrow, 5:54 p.m., see post. So I can go in and look at it, see how it's going to look. And if I like the way it looks, what it says, okay, cool. I'm just going to go back to my page and I'll post the next one. So I do that with, I already did it with the video, uploading it, for each video, for each chapter for the first 13. I did that a few weeks ago. Now I'll do the podcast, put one up a day. So that is an example of how I would use Facebook. Then Facebook ads, I mentioned I spent a ton, and I mean ton of money. That's a whole nother situation there. We can take a look at a Facebook ad of what I've done. Hovering flight, also called tail rotor drift. It's one of the 3 T's that everybody screws up: effective translational lift, transverse flow effect, and translate. So you want to learn about an online business, selling your information product online. That's what we're here to talk about. I'm going to show you all kinds of cool stuff, and I'm going to tell you the story.